Welcome to Mindforge. If you want to transform your mindset, build discipline, and hear real stories of people who rose from nothing, you're in the right place. We study the minds of people who became unstoppable. Subscribe to Forge Your Mind. He lost everything in just 48 hours. His business, his savings, even his home. But in that moment of complete collapse, he discovered something that changed his life forever. And it had nothing to do with money. His name was David. For 12 years, he did everything the world tells you to do. He worked hard. He sacrificed. He built a software company from nothing. Hired a team of 30. The business grew to over $2 million a year. He was successful, respected, admired, but behind that success, something was wrong. He was exhausted. He was never home. He missed birthdays, anniversaries, moments he would never get back. His health was falling apart. But every time he wanted to slow down, he told himself the same lie: just one more year. One more year became 12. And then everything fell apart. In 2018, one major client canceled. Then another. Cash flow disappeared. Within 2 days, he could not pay his employees. He had to shut everything down. 12 years of work. Gone. His savings were gone. His house was gone. He was 41 years old, starting from zero. He checked into a cheap motel. He sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the wall. No plan. No direction. No identity. That night, he opened his laptop and typed 4 words: how to survive failure. What he found next changed everything. If you've ever felt like everything is slipping away, keep listening. Because what David discovered is something that can change your life. David discovered a philosophy called Stoicism. Not the historical idea found in textbooks. The living practice used by soldiers, leaders, and people who survived the impossible. He read about Admiral James Stockdale, a military pilot captured during the Vietnam War. Tortured for 7 years. No certainty of rescue. No timeline. No promise of survival, yet he survived. When asked how, he said, "I never lost faith that I would get out. But I also confronted the brutal reality of my situation every day." David realized something. He had been living in fear. Afraid to lose his success. Afraid to slow down. Afraid to rest. Afraid to fail. He thought pushing himself endlessly was strength. But it was scary. The real question wasn't how to rebuild his business. The real question was, what was he afraid of losing, and why? The moment he faced that, everything began to change. David decided to rebuild his life from the inside out. He stopped chasing success and started pursuing meaning. He took small freelance jobs. The pay was less, but it gave him time. Time to think. Time to take care of his health. Time with his family. And something unexpected happened. The less he chased success, the more success came to him. Former clients returned. New opportunities appeared. People were drawn to his calmness, his clarity, his strength. Within 6 months, he earned more freelancing than he did running his company. But something in him had changed. He didn't care about the money anymore. Because he had gained something more powerful. Control over his mind. 3 years later, David built a new consulting firm, working only 30 hours a week. He spends time with his family. He exercises. He sleeps. He lives. He earns $500,000 a year, but he turns down clients who don't align with his values. He finally understands success. It's not about never losing. It's about becoming unbreakable when you do. He says, "Losing everything was the best thing that ever happened to me. It forced me to build a life that actually matters." Most people never learn that lesson. They run from fear instead of facing it. David faced it. And that changed everything. If you feel like you are failing, if you feel behind, if life feels heavy, ask yourself, what am I afraid of losing, and why does that fear control me? When you face that fear, it loses its power. Strength is not avoiding the fall. Strength is learning to rise differently. If this story changed how you see struggle and resilience, make sure you comment, follow, like and subscribe to Mindforge. Here, we study the psychology of those who rise after losing everything. Your mind is your strongest weapon. Let's forge it.